Women.
Alright, so let's talk about it. Because when you think about Halo, do you think about the IP that helped sell the brand that was Xbox, that helped Microsoft go toe-to-toe with brands like Sony, Nintendo, and even beat out Sega? Do you think about a story that spans centuries of lore with at its core that is about humanity in their fight for survival and coming together against all odds from all different kinds of walks of life to get to an end goal of peace? Do you think about the Master Chief, the peak of masculinity, a strong, able-bodied man who is also in touch with his emotions, I might add, who leads humanity to victory time and time again? Do you think about the online multiplayer back in 2007, 2008, which really put gaming into the mainstream and made it more popular than it ever was? You got to meet people from all different kinds of walks of life, and y'all became friends no matter your background, no matter your skin color, no matter your gender or your sexuality. You met people online, and that was so great. Do you think about a franchise that all in all encapsulates everything that it is to be a human and to be a person and to be better at everything that you do?
And I got news for you.
If that's what you think Halo is, then you're stuck in 2008, because that's not what Halo is anymore. Halo is all about microtransactions, selling you the color blue for $10, making sure that you can get on and celebrate your Black History Month, your Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and of course, your Women's History Month, because we have to make sure that we showcase all these different superficialities instead of bringing them together like the story of Halo does. So this video was going to be something different. I was going to rant and ramble about the Women's Day thing that they announced for Halo, and yes, I know this is not the first time they've done this. Don't call me a tourist, because they did this last year in 2024, but not a lot of people saw that because Halo as a brand is dead. And I started thinking, why is the brand of Halo dead? This is why. You've turned off your core audience to the point where they don't even check in for updates, that they think that the Black History Month skins were new. They think that this Pacific Islander skins are new. They think that this Women History Month skin that y'all try to drop and the nameplate that y'all did is new, because nobody's checking for Halo, and most importantly, the men aren't checking for Halo, and that's a major problem. I sat here thinking about why it is that a lot of us have this reaction when we see these companies go out and say, oh, here we go, your Gay Pride Month, here you go, your Black History, your Women's Month. It's because the core audience of gaming, which is males, don't give a shit about that stuff. There's all these 20-something-year-old white bitches that graduate from college and effeminate men that try to sleep with the 20-year-old white bitches, I might add, that keep perpetuating this nonsense into all of our spaces, our male spaces. This is an important conversation that we need to have, because think of all the hobbies that you had as a male growing up that have been infiltrated by people who do not care about it and are only trying to use it because it became popular and they can make money off of it. Look what happened to Marvel. The MCU is a prime example of how the peak of masculinity and femininity, I might add, because Black Widow was awesome, has turned into a shell of its former self. Look what happened to Star Wars when all that shit started getting interjected and we got the Mary Sue, which was Rey Skywalker. Rey Palpatine was the main protagonist of the sequel trilogy, and she encapsulates everything that we hate about modern storytelling. Look at Call of Duty. You can't even go after a long day of work and get on Call of Duty and talk crap to whoever is on the other side of the goddamn mic, because they have AI things in the game that will pick up on the things that you say and ban you if you say these kind of things. And the list goes on and on and on. But the trend that I see is that most of the things that are male dominated get infiltrated by these fucking activists, to the point where the males leave that space and then there's nothing left but the activists, and they sit there and wonder, why isn't anybody in our space? It's because you made us leave. When I think about my experience with Halo, it is the first game that I owned personally. All right, I played other games at my friend's house, you know, the Nintendo 64, the Dreamcast, all that other stuff. The first thing that I owned was an Xbox, and that came with Combat Evolved. Me and my brothers played Halo 1 so many times I can't even tell you. Red versus Blue was my thing. When Halo 2 came out, I got it instantly, made sure my dad took me to go get that game. Halo 3 was the first time that I experienced online multiplayer. I think around that time Modern Warfare had came out as well, so I was playing that too. That time period of gaming, that 2007 to 2013 time frame, was like the peak of online gaming because it was a male dominated space and you could just go in there and say and do whatever and you could just have a good time. There's gonna be some idiot in the comments of this video going, oh, you think just because there's a female around you can't say and do whatever it is that you want to do? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the females that are actually gamers that are in this space make it to where you can't say and do what you want to do. We just had an example of that the other day. This chick dropped this video saying, oh, the gaming community is toxic. Oh, I shouldn't be able to mute myself. And every time I say something, I'm a woman, they go at me. Everybody gets the smoke online. Gaming is rooted in competitiveness. And what is competitiveness rooted in? Masculinity. I don't care if you don't like the facts. The facts are the facts. Most of these things are rooted in masculinity, and that has been torn out of every single thing that we love. And most importantly, Halo as a brand has been ripped from that masculinity. You don't see Sergeant Johnsons anymore. You don't see Master Chief in his heyday anymore. You don't see the Arbiter in his heyday anymore. You don't see none of that. You see this weird black bitch that they keep putting in all the promos and all these weird different little Spartans that they have, and they all suck. You got Master Cheeks from that godforsaken Paramount Plus show that I'm so glad got canceled, and you probably didn't even know that it got canceled because you checked out of that too. You don't get strong female characters anymore like Cortana, like Halsey, like Keys. You don't get that anymore. You just get shells of females and they say, oh, these are good characters because they're women. You should love them because they're women. I don't know any females that see this picture and go, well, maybe I want to play Halo now. That's not how that shit works. If they weren't playing Halo before, they're not gonna play Halo just because you said, hey woman, you got a vagina, come play this game. That's not how that works. You're signaling to an audience that isn't fucking there, because if they wanted to be there, they would be there. But you're taking the audience that was there and saying, hey, we don't care about you anymore. We care about this mythical modern audience. So you can get the fuck out and we're gonna chase them. And then they wonder why Halo is nowhere in the discussion when games are talked about. You know, one of the most recognizable IPs in video games of all time, up there with fucking Mario, the Master Chief, is nowhere to be talked about in the gaming zeitgeist at all because 343 has put this fucking franchise into the goddamn ground because it's not ran by men anymore. The masculinity is ripped out. We got people like this, Melissa Boone. We talked about her before. Look at her LinkedIn. Yeah, I'm sure she has great intentions going into the Halo franchise. They also picked up somebody that worked on Concord of all games, and that also was a female. Look at this guy Nick with all the red flags right there in his name, who works at 343 but somehow is afraid of guns in video games. There is not an ounce of masculinity oozing from 343, and that bleeds into the product that is Halo. So that's why every time you see anything Halo related, it looks fucking lame and gay because the people working on it or so. So if you had any hope for the next Halo game, you might as well dash those options, go back and play the OG trilogy, because there's no way that you're gonna get anything good coming out of Halo Studios. Did you not play Halo Infinite? That bare bones ass story that people were saying is so good, but when you actually look at it, every time there's a cutscene, it's just Master Chief and fake Cortana, and they do a 360 every single cutscene, and there's nothing interesting going on in the story at all. Can you tell me who the main antagonist is without Googling it? You can't. All all in all, every time I look at my favorite franchise, which is Halo, I get more and more depressed because the people working on it truly don't give a fuck about this franchise, man. Look at these Steam numbers, okay? I know most people play Halo on Xbox, but you can equate Steam numbers to console numbers because they're pretty close most of the time. So nobody is checking for fucking Halo, and that sucks because that was one of my favorite fucking franchises. I have vivid memories of me playing Halo 3 trying to get that Hayabusa armor. I have vivid memories of me playing Halo Reach for 3 days straight, all right, playing nothing but custom games, ranking up, playing SWAT, big team battle in the Forge mode, doing all kind of things, ranking up with my character so I can get different kind of armor pieces and all that. You don't have any of that in Halo anymore, because if you boot up Halo right now, what are you gonna get? Boom, microtransaction, boom, microtransaction, boom, microtransaction. Oh, it's Women's History Month. Hey, you're a nigga, it's Black History Month. It's so fucking tiring. And this has happened in every single space that I've been in that is male dominated. And I am so tired of this bullshit, bro. I just want to get back to the basics. I want to be able to play a fucking game and call somebody a Melanie Mac word and have somebody call me a goddamn and we can go on about our day and have a good fucking game. Learn to clap back, you soft soy bitch ass niggas. That's the problem, you know?
Boy, that escalated quickly.
You know, I'm not even gonna go into that. That's gonna be a whole different video. I'm getting a little annoyed, I'm sorry. I don't know if you could tell or not. I'm very passionate about this medium that I am in because I love gaming, okay? I love the culture of gaming. I love the space of gaming. I love people who are in gaming, male, female, gay, whatever. It doesn't matter. If you're a gamer, you are a gamer. You don't like being classified by any of those other superficialities. You only like being classified as a fucking gamer. And a lot of these people that are getting into the gaming space because they can make money, these fake fucking gamers, these ethos that stream on Twitch and shit and make gaming look terrible. These fake gamers who don't even know what an RPG is. They don't even know what FPS stands for. It's tiring to look at, man. And I have to say it again, yes, there are female gamers who are in the space, but they are in the space. They're not trying to change the space. That's why we're not talking about them. We're talking about you fake fucking gamers out there. That's who we're talking about. This is kind of a ramble video, but I don't give a fuck. I had to get this shit off my chest. Put it down in the comments below if you missed the days of Halo being great, if you missed the days of being able to get into a lobby and just say and do whatever you want and have a great time. Or if you're a soy chastity belt wearing ass nigga and you like having those restrictions on you, put that in the comments and we can talk about it, I guess.
Is that like a personal attack or something? Or...
Hey man, y'all be easy. I will see you on the next one, bro. Peace out. Be great.